Anyway, um, so this is Jake's game. Sorry, not Rogue Pope. But anyway, she's got radar. She's got really good guns. Very good range on those guns. The torpedoes are decent. They're not as good as the Holland because she's got 5 and then 3, but they're fast and they get they get pretty decent range with it and stuff like that. She's got an engine boost that's very unique too because it like is like a maximum acceleration kind of an engine boost. You get yourself a real big burst of speed and energy. Makes it really good at dodging shells, especially at middle range. So that comes in handy. She also has a heal. There's a couple quirks about her. Her depth charges fire forward. She's got what's called a hedgehog. And you can see that right here. They launch the depth charge forward. So against submarines, you have to remember that. I've seen a lot of players will sail over a submarine and then they'll start depth charging and they'll fire forward when the submarine's underneath them. So keep in mind that little quirk. And let's pull up the build viewer. I need to get Stream Raiders going, so let me just start that battle off. And let's go ahead and take a look at Jake's setup. Now, Jake is a member of my Patreon. Thank you very much, Jake. And as part of my Patreon community, we do get one replay covered very similarly to subscribing over on Twitch as well. So appreciate you for your support, Jake. Jake is also a subscriber, I believe, on Twitch too. So, mad props. Really appreciate you, man. So Jake's got main armaments modification 1, engine boost modification 1, aiming systems modification 1, propulsion modification 1, concealment modification 1, lots of modification 1s, and main battery mod 3. It's fine. You can see her maneuverability at 4.29 seconds rudder shift. Means you don't need to worry about the steering gears. And propulsion comes in really handy when you use that extra boost. You can see that this is a 30% maximum speed. You'll note that the action time isn't as long as the other ones, so you have to have the engine boost duration one on here. Some people like to go with the surveillance radar modification as well, so that radar lasts longer, because 20 seconds is quite low. It does reach out and detect ships at 7.5 kilometer, which is nice. So you will see some people will choose to go for surveillance radar instead. It all comes down to how you want to play the ship. If you're going to play the ship as more of a gunboat, especially at range, I would definitely agree with engine boost. If you're playing it as a division destroyer, in other words, you're divisioning with friends, or you're playing it in a competitive environment, you're probably better off going with the surveillance radar modification. Otherwise, everything else is fine. I don't see anything to comment on here. Let's take a look at your captain. Now, we don't know if it's Jersey Mike or if it's not. You'll note that if it's Jersey Mike, he does get the Adrenaline Rush bonus. And, of course, he gets the talents as well. So, for talents, he gets torpedo tube reload time for every 8 successful torpedo hits. And he also gets more continuous anti-air damage after shooting down every 20 hostile aircraft. Frankly, it's not that big of a deal. Swirsky in this ship is fine. I don't get it to proc reliably. And frankly, if you've got this ship and you have the Jaeger, you're probably going to put your Swirsky in the Jaeger and go full torpedo build in order to maximize that talent. So I'm going to assume you have a standard captain unless you prove otherwise. So your captain build is Consumables Specialist into Last Stand, into Superintendent, into Preventative Maintenance to keep your guns and torpedoes and engines working. And then after that, you're going Adrenaline Rush, hey, Smile Crow. And then you go Survivability Expert, Radio Location, and then finally, yeah, you are going Fearless Brawler. Okay. Now, because you don't have access to a smoke, if you're going to use your guns, you're going to be spotted. So most of the time, you're going to take advantage of that 10% main battery reload time. So that makes sense. I think that's a good play. Note that you don't have Concealment Expert. Now, your concealment is 6.83 kilometer. With Concealment Expert, that obviously drops down to, 6.15? Here's the nice thing about not taking Concealment Expert is that if you get detected, you can just pop your radar and you can spot whatever's detecting you. So you can probably get away without running Concealment Expert. Let me go ahead and take a look at the build doc here and see what the recommended build is for Smaland. So for their build, they've got a couple, it looks like... Okay, they just have the one build, but they went straight down, and then they went... Okay, so they grabbed the range instead of you grabbed radiolocation, and then... Whoops. And what was the other one that they grabbed? Okay, they also grabbed concealment. So they went for range and concealment. The concealment does give you more flexibility, but honestly, I don't think you need it. I think radiolocation is far more important than concealment, so I'm going to disagree with the document there. Range isn't too bad of an idea in the Smaland because of the fact that its guns are pretty good at starting fires and stuff like that. And, I mean, who doesn't like more range? You can just hold down the left mouse button. That being said, I think Fearless Brawler works better because of that 10% main battery reload time. And I really feel like these two together synergize very well. Matter of fact, with these two synergizing very well, I might absolutely say you should probably consider going Surveillance Radar modification. If you do that, I'd love to see you find a way to add 10% of consumable uptime, but I don't know how you can make that happen. You'd have to give something up. And there's not a lot that you'd want to give up to make that work. I could kind of see the argument for giving up Fearless Brawler to get your radar lasting longer. But now you've got 2 points. Okay. This is an alternative to think about if you want to go full utility build. And then change this over to radar as well. What does your radar go for now? 26.4 seconds. So you get 6.4 seconds of extra action time. Or think of it this way. You give your teammates 6 extra seconds to shoot somebody. Might not feel like a big deal, but that could help with team play. You do still buff the duration of engine boost, the emergency engine power consumable, because you have this. So this is like a full utility build. But still, I do like the way that you set it up before as well, Jake. That's fine. No signals at all, not even a det flag, so you're just going in a random battle, conserving stuff, and screwing around. That's perfectly fine. Alright, let's drop the build viewer. Let's get into the replay. I already took our screenshot. We lost our Stream Raiders battle, Sag, so let's go ahead and get the next one going. Dutch Elephant, if you're still here and listening, if you want to use points for Cover My Replay on either channel, please do it sooner rather than later, just so I can get the replay cooking in between. I'll try to keep an eye on the rerun channel in case you use a Cover My Replay right there. Big thanks to those of you guys that are chilling on the rerun channel right now. So this is Arms Race. There's a super ship game. So you're considered middle tier. No subs, no carriers. Wow. Congratulations on that.
Requesting assistance.
You're gonna go mid. Seeing that the... okay. You're radio located and you're locating something up here. I would think probably Jaeger or Daring. I don't think the Udaloy is going to run radiolocation. So that's what I would be thinking about. Hey, D-Squarius, you're welcome. You had some good games. I don't know if you saw, I got a great shot of you assassinating that other Des Moines at the end of your game on this map, actually, I think, right? On Sleeping Giant? Yeah, I figured you would. The nice thing about the delay, right, is you have those epic moments, especially at the end of the battle, and if the delay is long enough, you have the ability to go back and watch it. I'm pausing in here because I don't like this right here. Jake, you told me to what words did you use exactly? Jake said, "Wreck me, Zath." So I'm gonna wreck you right here. No need to use your engine boost until you make contact with the enemy. Your engine boost is designed to throw off the aim of enemy shells once you're detected. It is not designed to get you someplace faster. Okay? So this is different. Other ships, it's the opposite. But for this ship specifically, and I guess you could say the line of ships, it's the same idea. Okay? You get spotted, and then you use your engine boost, but a lot of times you can wait until the first salvo goes, because a lot of people will miss the first salvo. You could also have luck-chucked torpedoes like this way, as a way to just kind of use your radio location to guess where your opponent is going to be. It's the daring. See, now's where you wish you could use your engine boost. Keep shooting. Why'd you stop shooting? Keep shooting. Two things and he would have been dead. One, if you had the radar module instead. And two is if you would have kept shooting. But you had a team. Vermont was ready. Your Buffalo and St. Louis were both ready as well, so that was good to see. And you're on radar, so you might as well absolutely turn and just engage. Initiate fire hose.
Engine boost deactivated.
What are those torps for the Des Moines? You'll note that Des Moines is running hydro, so, well, I don't know if you're going to hit him with them.
I need support.
I do like that the Buffalo and Annapolis are pushing up against him too, though.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
This is where you should be thinking about getting cover. Going behind this big island here. So if the Des Moines wants to come after you, he's got to go through other people. And then you can focus on shooting other things, like, you know, the Hindenburg, for example. Or the St. Vincent. You wanted to shoot the Illinois, you don't have the range. Oh, Jaeger's an even better choice to shoot at. And he's not even thinking about you until you opened up on him. Here goes the Des Moines. Jaeger's got full engine boost on right now. And that's a dead Jaeger. The only thing you have to be thinking about is torpedoes.
Destroyer blown up. Torpedoes direct front.
And easy dodge. Turn into them, and you're fine. Cool.
Engine boost activated.
Another engine boost I wouldn't have used. You've got a Riga you can be shooting at right now. Now you see him. Ish. Now you see him. Now, you don't use engine boost until he starts shooting back at you. That's when you use engine boost, and then that allows you to break away a lot of the guns that or throw off their aim. Can't English today, sorry. It's been a long day. I'm tired. Now, you could try to YOLO the St. Vincent, but two things work against you. One, he's got torpedoes, and two, your torpedoes probably don't do enough damage to actually get the kill. Not sure what that radar was for. Now, despite all your successes on this side, your team has lost on the other flank.
Engine boost deactivated.
And your Buffalo's just wrecking people. Impressive.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes dead ahead.
Well, you're going to have to finish what the Buffalo started. Easy. Get the hit points upgrade. Bam. Now you can get behind the St. Vincent and shoot him for relative freedom because he's got the turrets in the front. Got that Illinois you kind of have to worry about at a certain point. But I kind of like the idea of hopping north here or just shooting with your guns. Or you don't even have to fire your guns. You just torp the St. Vincent and move away. If you're planning on shooting, you don't want to torpedo. And the St. Vincent is looking at you. Keep changing between torpedoes and guns. If he's got priority target, he's probably thinking somebody's torpedoing me right now. So keep that in mind if you keep changing, because this priority target goes from, like, say, 2 to 1 to 2. Somebody just targeted me with guns, then they just change the torpedoes, and they just change back to guns again. You want to torpedo the Udaloy? Here's where that radar would come in handy if you had it available, but you don't because you used it earlier. I would turn my guns to the right so that if the Udaloy appears, you can be prepared for him and run to the north. You've got an escape route that way. Because right now your escape route is literally forward into the enemy. Okay, well, you have basically just committed to either killing everybody here or dying.
Our team has taken the lead.
There goes the St. Vincent. Kind of interesting, you're getting the cap round because, well, nobody else is in the middle. So that's cool. What were those torps for? You wanted to torpedo the rock. See, I would have held for that. Because you could have torpedoed right where the Annapolis was.
Engine boost activated.
Another engine boost with no reason, in my opinion, to boost. Might as well go get the other heel. Nobody else seems to care about it. Heals in this mode are really helpful. You already have 2 of them. Now, because you were slowing down, it's going to be very hard for you to speed back up with your engine broken. Yeah, I agree with that decision. Also, shoot the Annapolis. He's visible. He's visible. He's visible. Nope, not anymore. He had a good shot there. He had a good chance to actually set him on fire, possibly kill him. Wonder. I'll check that in between.
Engine boost deactivated.
Okay, now you're going for the heal. I mean, that's a smart thing to do, right? He literally buffs everybody on your team. You help your Jutland more than anybody else.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
And now you've decided to come out and play with them. Get the cap first. You're only 10 seconds away from getting the cap. Get the cap first. No point in letting them reset you. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and you got reset.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Now you're stuck in a situation where you're like, oh, I want to get the cap, but it doesn't matter, you get the win anyway. But generally speaking, if you're that close to getting a cap, stay dark, get the cap first. work on patience a little bit, you know? Still, it's a nice game. 42,000 damage, 1 million credits. Definitely had some boosters going. 3 kills. Came in second place on the team. Not bad at all. I would say the big takeaways from this replay, Jake, is 1, don't use your engine boost unless you need to. That's your get out of jail card. You think of that as a you know, replacement for your smoke or your heal in a destroyer. So you only want to use it when you absolutely have to. And then the second thing is, I really think you'd be better suited using the radar module instead of the engine boost one. But you need to kind of teach yourself to go back to the other way. But you're definitely playing it more as a utility destroyer slash, you know, destroyer assassin as opposed to a farming build. So that's fine. Let's take a look at your replay. Chat, what do you guys think we could title this one here? I'm thinking fire hose, but I don't know. Maybe assassin? I mean, I think we'll call it assassin. Sunday stroll, Jammer? How you doing, Jammer, by the way? Sunday stroll. Hanging in there. Well, good. Me too. Now, he was using engine boost a lot to get all over the place. Almost like he's like motoring around or something, you know? Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. All right, well, either way, Jake, I appreciate you sending the replay in. Yeah, exactly, Jammer. That's how you should be using it. So, you know, that's one of the things that's nice about doing the replay analysis is we can give feedback to players like this and, you know, it opens up opportunities, right? This is the part I'm surprised you just... I was expecting you to come right out and just get yourself wrecked, so at least you didn't do that, but... Wow. Clan battles, you use it to stay with the Marceau. Yeah, that makes sense too, sure. All right. Jake, thank you again for sending in that replay. We're going to go to the Stream Raider screen.